I spent years engaging in online debates, and I'm dumber for all of it. It got me 3/4 of the way to being a total idiot. Every hour I spent winning debates was an hour I could have spent learning, writing, listening to Black Flag. Every try-hard comeback was a complete and utter waste of mental energy. Every false victory reinforced habits that made me worse at finding the truth. The internet promised us a marketplace of ideas. Instead, we built a gladiator's arena where ideas go to die. We scroll through our choice of social poison, watching folks with PhDs argue like kindergartners with a rogues gallery of anime avatars about whether water is turning frogs gay. We're a mess. And sooner or later you've got to ask yourself, what the hell happened? Conventional wisdom says we still need more good faith discussion, more rational back and forth. But watching the daily drama of online debates tells me a darker truth. The very act of arguing on the internet is making us collectively dumber. And this sounds counterintuitive. Debate sharpens the mind, right? Exposure to different viewpoints broadens our perspective. That's what Socrates taught us. But something fundamental has been broken in our discourse, and we need to understand why, before it breaks us too. Social media platforms operate like casinos. They're engineered to maximize engagement through carefully calibrated reward schedules. But instead of pulling slot machine levers, we're pulling the debate lever over and over, chasing the dopamine hit of being right on the internet. And the house always wins. Every platform's algorithm rewards conflict over clarity and snark over sense. A thoughtful thread about economics might get a few polite likes, but a savage quote tweet demolishing a good take is engagement gold. Being wrong is algorithmically amplified because it draws corrective responses, while being right is algorithmically ignored because good point, I agree, doesn't drive clicks. The result? Our feeds fill with increasingly bad takes begging to be debunked, while genuine insight drowns. Remember the last time you changed a mind because of a Twitter argument? Neither do I. And the reason isn't just general bloody-minded stubbornness. When we argue online, we trigger a perfect storm of psychological factors that make changing minds nearly impossible. The first is the audience effect. We're not arguing with our opponent. We're performing for the audience of watching commenters and lurkers. Changing our minds means losing face in front of the crowd. The second is the written record. Unlike a verbal debate that fades from memory, online arguments create permanent records. Admitting we're wrong means leaving evidence of our mistakes forever. The third is the identity trap. The longer we argue a position, the more it becomes a part of our identity. Changing our minds starts to feel like betraying ourselves. And the fourth is the sunk cost fallacy. Yeah, it's an old chestnut, but after investing hours crafting arguments and collecting sources, abandoning our position feels like wasting all that effort. The result? We don't engage in debates to learn, we engage to win. And when winning becomes the goal, we activate the mental machinery of rationalization instead of rational thinking. The more we engage in online debates, the more confident we become in our deluded knowledge, while actually understanding less. Call it the Dunning-Kruger death spiral. It works like this. We rarely engage with the strongest version of opposing views. Instead, we battle against simplified, often straw-manned versions that are easier to defeat. Each victory reinforces our confidence, while degrading our ability to grapple with real complexity. We don't deeply read opposing views, we skim for weak points to attack. We don't steel-man opposing arguments, we collect gotcha counterexamples. We don't explore nuance, we build arsenals of snappy comebacks. And these habits actively make us worse at understanding complex issues. And we train ourselves to look for easy dunks instead of hard truths. We optimize for rhetorical effectiveness over actual understanding, and we become increasingly confident while growing increasingly wrong. Even if you enter a discussion with pure intentions, you're still playing in a casino designed to maximize conflict. Think about it. Character limits force complex ideas into oversimplified snippets. Threading mechanisms make it easy to miss context and talk past each other. Like and retweet mechanics reward zingers over nuance. Notification systems interrupt deep thought with constant micro-distractions. And algorithmic amplification ensures the most inflammatory takes rise to the top. You can't fix a broken system through individual virtue. It's like trying to play chess while someone keeps randomizing the board positions. The game itself is fundamentally screwed. So what's the solution? Do we stop the discourse entirely? Well, not exactly, but we need to radically shift how we engage with ideas online. Here's what works in my experience. Deep reading. Instead of arguing about books, read them. Instead of debating summaries, engage with primary sources. Build a genuine understanding before you enter a discussion. Write to think. Use writing to explore ideas, not win arguments. Write essays, not tweets. Focus on developing your thoughts instead of just defeating someone else's. Use controlled environments. Save serious discussions for spaces designed for learning rather than engagement. Book clubs, study groups, moderated forums create conditions for genuine discourse. Twitter doesn't. It can't. Choose async over real-time. Real-time debate optimizes for quick responses over deep thought. Async discussions allow time for reflection, and they reduce performative pressure. Learning happens in environments optimized for understanding, not winning. The moment a space optimizes for conflict over clarity, real learning becomes nearly impossible. Most online debate is actively harmful to our thinking. Every hour spent arguing on Twitter is an hour you could have spent listening to a podcast or challenging your ideas. I mean, even watching paint dry will be a more productive enterprise than arguing on BirdChan. Because the cost isn't just wasted time. It's the slow degradation of our ability to think clearly about complex issues. It's the replacement of understanding with rhetorical party tricks. It's trying to win arguments instead of finding the truth. The internet lets us feel smarter, but it's making us dumber. It rewards the appearance of knowledge over actual understanding, and it turns every discussion into a battle and every participant into meat for the grinder. You will never win an argument online. The game itself is rigged, and the only winning move is not to play.